Hey guys, Fox here. It's finally that time. Time for another game room video. I don't think I've done one in a couple years, and I don't think I've done one since I've moved in to my new house. So I decided let's go ahead and do this, and this should be probably the final video of the year, but I thought I'd go out with a bang. It's gonna be a long one, guys, so be prepared. But let's start off. I'm in my family room in the basement here, and I have this shelf where I have all kinds of gaming knickknacks. And stuff like that. So I got some Fallout stuff there with the Pip-Boy, the bobblehead, some boxed Atari stuff with a Pac-Man amiibo. Got a little Bioshock over here with some Funko Bioshock stuff. That's a guidebook back there. Over here I have the Lego NES, which is pretty cool. Came with the cartridge, little controller there. This is my Mario 2 glass. That I found at an antique store. Really like that. I like these old school glasses. Those are pretty fun. And over here, what we already saw was the Lego TV for Mario. We got the Lego Mario there, and then we got a couple of the old school Marios that came from Japan. Little Back to the Future stuff here. We got some Back to the Future brickheads with a little Biff Tannen's Casino that's got some poker chips and stuff in it. It's pretty neat. More Back to the Future stuff down here. There's the DeLorean. Down here, oh, let's go back up here. Empty basket. And then I've got a couple Game Boys. Another glass, that one's for Pac-Man. One of those pixel light up art things for Mario 3. A Pokemon Pikachu little Tamagotchi thing. Down here I've got some of the South Park guys from Stick of Truth and Fractured Butthole. Over here I have some Zelda amiibos along with the Hyrule Historia book. And some Pokemon representation here with Vulpix, one of my favorites, Pikachu, Squirtle, Charmander, Bulbasaur, and Jolteon. Down here at the bottom shelf, I have a bunch of Nintendo Powers, random books, some laser discs, just a collection of all kinds of stuff. And behind this concept Columbia statue from Bioshock Infinite are some other random books. And more books from various console stuff, art books. There's the Ultimate NES Guide that Pat Country did, and just some comics and graphic novels. And then over here, mind the vacuum there, is my little play spot here, where I got my Final Fight arcade 1-up cabinet, my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and the Rampage one, which has Gauntlet, Joust, Defender. So you can see all the included games on there, and my Wii U kiosk, which I didn't bother to turn on right now. I have a disc that's stuck in my Wii U, so I need to pop off the front panel and see what's going on there. And a little bar stool with Pac-Man on it. Pretty cool. As we go down the hallway, there's some of my Lego stuff. I've got some cool silhouette artwork here that I found on Etsy. So we got the Kingdom Plumber, Mario, the Shinra Soldier, Cloud. We got Link, the Hero of Time, the silent protagonist from Chrono Trigger. Over here, the Pokemon Trainer. And at the end, we have the Chosen Undead from Dark Souls. And there's my little Star Trek ornament tree. I like Star Trek. All right, guys, let's move into the meat and potatoes here, the game room. Let's start with a nice pan around. Try not to show myself in the glaring of the photos here. Yep, all the Christmas decorations are up in here, so please don't mind that too much. So let's start off back in this corner here, and here's my little curio cabinet with my BioShock stuff in it. I got the limited edition, the Andrew Ryan statue, the little sister statue, the Big Daddy that came with that limited edition, the little custom-made Legos of a Big Daddy and little sister. That copy of BioShock back there is signed by Ken Levine. Also got the very hard to find art book. This was an art book that was only given out to the developers. So this is a Breaking of the Mold book. So there's not very many on there. It says it right there, Developers Edition art book. Up here I have my 10th anniversary edition with the little hat. My BioShock sign that lights up. Foxx 10, how appropriate. And this might be hard to see because of all the glare. Let me go ahead and close this door, see if it makes it a little better. Yeah, there we go. This is some artwork that my wife found online, and she had it professionally printed out. And I love this because it reminds me of when I was a kid, sitting in front of the TV, playing my Nintendo. Bowl of cereal, juice box right next to me, sitting crisscross applesauce on the floor there. You got some turtles. There's all kinds of cool nostalgic references in that picture. Over here I have my Sonic the Hedgehog 2 poster. Let's continue down in the BioShock. I kind of strayed off there. Here's some BioShock 2 collectibles, including the limited edition. We've got Eleanor and a big sister. We have a Rosie on Big Daddy. There's an Eve Hypo back there, and another little sister figure that's kind of fallen to the side. Down here's BioShock Infinite. It's a couple Funko Pops and figures. Songbird that came from the special edition, including an art book and a guidebook. And down on the bottom, we have a little notebook for BioShock. It's just a themed blank notebook. You can put your own notes in there. My tin lunchbox. And there's a couple figures back there that are sealed, including that Bunny Splicer mask that has a Subject Omega figure in the back. This is where I process stuff that I haven't put it away for Game Gots and all that stuff, so you get a little sneak peek there, including my Mario Paint box. Now over here is my computer and my little retro TV that I use for all kinds of stuff, including VHSs, as you can see. Up top though, we have some game boxes for special editions and whatnot, including some mini systems over there in the corner. Some retro systems, Xbox, Turbo, N64, Sega CD there, Dreamcast, NES, Super Nintendo Mini. Some of my big box PC games. I don't really do a lot of PC gaming. I did back in the 90s and played a lot of these games right here. So those have some nostalgic value here. And over here is my little Xenoblade 2 mini shrine with Pyra and Mithra statues and the special edition in the back. Wi-Fi. My little Fire Emblem Awakening. I've got Tharja there, statue. Love that statue. Also have a couple Lucinas, a Figma, and an Amiibo. That's a soundtrack, that small guy right there, and the Knights of Iris is the art book. Limited run card binder. Got a ton of those. There's a Big Daddy. Here's the micro systems that I have. I'm sure you're all familiar with those. Down here is my GameCube with the Game Boy player. Sega Saturn. PS1 with the screen. There's a PS2. The Neo Geo Arcade Mini. My little Final Fantasy clock. And down here, some artwork from my son. Some of my VHSs. My little Sony Trinitron with the VCR. I love popping in old movies in here. I'll pop them in and watch them a little bit when I'm working on the computer. There's the computer setup. Nothing fancy, just an upgraded Mac Mini with a little breakaway puck to push the graphics up a little bit. And here's these little shadow boxes with controllers and whatnot. A little everything's under control poster. And more controllers in that shadow box. Oh yeah, and up there is a Keyblade. Moving on over here, we have my Hades poster. Some artwork my mother-in-law did for me, for Foxx. And up here is some of my anime stuff. So I got My Hero Academia with Bakugo up there, my favorite guy, All Might and Deku. Here's for Shuffle, and that's Asa. And down here is the quintessential quintuplets with my 3 favorite girls, Miku, Nino, and Yosaba. And down here we got a little bit of Game Boy love, including some promo posters for Game Boy Play It Loud, and one of the original Game Boy promo posters. And down here are some of my Game Boys. That one in the middle that's all kind of yellowed out, that was my original one from when I was a kid. And I'm not going to go through every game, but these are some of the more well-liked Game Boy games that I have up here. So there's some heavy hitters here like Kid Dracula, Castlevania Legends. Alright, and then right underneath the anime is my Marvel Superheroes arcade cabinet. I like this one. This was the special edition with the upgraded buttons and joysticks and the light up marquee. They pretty much do that with all of theirs now though, so they're pretty solid products. I like them. I like all of mine that I have. I play them on and off. And here's the gaming Christmas tree. See all the fun ornaments that I've collected over the years. And if you can tell, I'm in the basement. Some window wells, some plants. Now, up top, hopefully you can still hear me. There's some more gaming special editions that are hanging out above the window. And then here's my gaming chair. Just a nice little lazy boy. Little cart next to it to hold drinks and controllers, some snacks down there. A little Kindle Fire to look up stuff if I'm playing a game and I'm pretty much lost. I just use that to look up some stuff or maybe watch some YouTube while I'm playing. Then I got this gaming shelf down here. I got some random books, some good ones. That Calvin Hobbes collection, love it. Suzuka manga collection. A bunch of other art books and random stuff. Got a little mini fridge here to hold some drinks or some beers, which is nice. Some amiibos and some other mini figures for Dark Souls and Bloodborne. There's my flip grip for the Switch. Now we're on to the Trails of Cold Steel, or just the Trails of corner, pretty much, kind of like what DOP has going on. So I got the collector's edition for Kiseki, and there's 3, 4, the Switch releases for 3 and 4, the Japanese release for 4. There's all 4 of the steelbooks. I plan on displaying those better sometime later. Up here, we got mostly just Trails of Cold Steel. We got the PS4, Vita, PS3 versions. That's a pin box. One of the really cool things about ordering those pins from Pinbox for all the Falcom stuff is they really do a really good job with the artwork that they put on the boxes. You probably seen this recently. That's my Altina figure. Very, very well done. Love it. These are my little mini figures that I think were just probably some promo items in Japan. But there's Elliot and Elisa, and over here we've got Reen and Laura. These are the Legend of Heroes illustration and character art books. Really cool books. If you can find these are really good to look through. And up top we got some of the others. We got Trails in the Sky, including the whole trilogy there on the Japanese PSP. That's Trails of Azure and Zero. There's my little acrylic standee for Rishia. It's one of my favorites. And we got these micro figures that came with this right here. Tio. And I forgot her name. I can remember Lazy though. Ellie, duh. And my Mario lamp that I use. We also got this framework that I did with these little clear art card-like things that came with that Kaseki Japanese special edition. I loved them and thought they were really cool, so I took half of them. There was a lot. I took half of them and framed them up. And then down here is another little poster of Rishia. Getting a lot of glare, sorry guys, I'll try to get a little bit better. Not really. And then over here in the gaming center, I've got my Final Fantasy poster and Zelda. Some bookshelf speakers that I use for my sound system, plants. And here is my Persona stuff. Got Joker, Makoto there, and Nidoride for Morgana. The original special edition release back there. Over here I got a Skull Figma, Kasumi statue, figure, whatever, with the Royal Special Edition and the mask. There's a little Morgana plushie and a little Love Hina clock, for you guys who know what Love Hina is. More Persona stuff here. I have all the fig pins that pretty sure are all of the fig pins that they released for Persona 5. Joker amiibo and Futaba statue. And there's a Ryuji skull tumbler, drink cup, whatever. And back there was when GameStop released a little gift pack, and it came with a couple Funkos in it and keychains and stuff like that in there. Well, that is my Evercade collection. I think I have them all. There's some more coming out here soon with the VS release, and that's coming in January, I believe. Down here, some other knickknacks. I got a little Stardew Valley wood standee. I got the Normandy from Mass Effect and a Superboy. And down here is my Switch OLED. And then down here, the Xbox One X, PS5, the analog Super NT, and the Mega SG. And here's some Lego cars that I loved and built. I got the Mystery Machine, the Batmobile, and the Ecto-1. Down here I got a couple books, including the Persona 5 mangas, well, all the Persona mangas that I have. And Tifa, Play Arts Kai figure. Not bad. People say they don't like her face, so I think it looks okay. There's the preamp for the sound. And down here I got a Link's Awakening amiibo and some controller chargers. And down here's my meager anime collection, minus the Back to the Future there, with some Dragon Ball statues. And here's my TV that I use. It's just a 6 series TCL. It looks great, especially for the price, so can't complain. I like it. Does well enough. And then over here, we've got some Bastion posters. This one's autographed by Gen Z. She's the leading artist over at Supergiant Games. Got my Sonic little statue that came with the Sonic Mania Original Collector's Edition that didn't actually have a game, just a game code. Jack Frost plushie, Mishi plushie, there's Cartman, and then here's my Sega Saturn stuff with another Cartman. Few heavy hitters in there. I'm looking for more. You can see my Guardian Heroes loose disc up there. But it's very expensive to collect for. I might buy one every once in a while. It's almost like maybe one a year because you're talking hundreds of bucks. My Sega CD collection. A couple plushies from, I believe that's Harvest Moon or Story of Seasons. Story of Seasons, I think. Little Lemmings figure. Down here I got some of my N64 games. My little PlayStation clock. There's the wifey there. My Chrono Cross clock. These are just holding my extra games, so I'll just show a little bit of that. So we got like Sega Genesis in here. here, including a Master System game or two. This is my extra NES stuff. And here's some more N64 games. NES Advantage and some promo VHSs from Nintendo and one random Sonic one. A couple of the Game Boy Works volumes books. I like those. I'm a big Game Boy fan. Down here, I got my custom Tecmo Super Bowl. This is for last year's roster, but that's okay. That was when we were champs, so love that. I'll be playing that soon. Switch case, and then this is all my Game Gear games. They're all piled in there. I'm not going to bother pulling those out. Got some more books, mostly strategy guides. Some Stardew Valley love there. And then here is Super Nintendo games. And down here are handhelds. So I've got my PSP Go, some boxed Game Boys and Game Boy Pockets, my blue Game Gear, 2DS XL. We got some stuff in here. Looks like PSP, Game Boy Micro, Game Boy Color, and another Game Boy Pocket, Game Boy Advance, and an N-Gage. Let's move that over here. That's a DSi XL. There's a Vita, second volume, and my Game Boy Light, and a Game Boy DS Lite as well. And down here are a bunch of strategy guides. Tons and tons of strategy guides I had over the years. Random charging cables and whatnot. Some wireless controllers for the retro systems. And hidden over here is a little wall scroll from Trails of Cold Steel 3. And then as we move over here, I've got my little PSP clock and my Persona 5 Funkos and my Persona 5 poster. Now we're at the game wall, gentlemen, ladies, everybody. A lot of games to look at, but I'm going to just go over these. I might point out a few big hitters, but up top we got some system boxes. Oh, most of those have systems in them, to be honest. And yeah, my Famicom over there. And we'll go down to this level. Here's my import Game Boy stuff. Some Game Boy Colors too. My 3DS and Amiibo collection. Including a box Joker there. We'll start over here. This is my PS4 collection. Really proud of it. Not a lot of titles I'm still looking for the PS4, but you never know. There'll probably be more or limited run stuff. Down here, a bunch of different copies of Persona. I'm not sure what my most valuable PS4 game would be. It's probably Mystic Bell up here. That was a limited run release done by WayForward. It's pretty cool. Karate Champ, little mini arcade. Some of the larger PS4 boxes. Moving on to PS3. There's that PS3 P5 release as well. And some PS5, because it's just over here because it fit, kind of. So that's been a new collection I'm working on. Not a lot of games. Honestly, haven't finished a ton. A little mini original Final Fantasy VII Shrine with those polygon little figures that I got from those blind boxes. Almost got them all. There was apparently a cloud in a dress, which is a hidden one. But okay with not having that. Here's my little Chrono Trigger Shrine. I got the manual. It's odd when you see a manual like that because these things go for about $100 just for the manual. It's crazy. But you can pick up a Famicom boxed pretty cheap. And then here are my little Chrono Trigger figures. I randomly found a guy who was selling his in the box for really cheap. These go for about $300-400, but man, I don't know what this guy was doing, but he was selling them real cheap, and I just bought them right away. Always wanted them, hard to find. Really proud about those. Here is the original PlayStation. Lots of great RPGs, lots of memories of staying up late playing these after school or after work. But love them. There's my Lunar, Arc the Lad. Grandia soundtrack. Little Shantae shrine going on here with the limited run stuff and a little Shantae Funko. My PS2 stuff. Hopefully I'm not shaking the camera too much, guys. If you guys really want a dedicated collection video for a certain system, please let me know. I'll gladly do it. Got some PS1 long box because they don't fit. That's kind of why the Saturn and Sega CD are over on the other bookshelf, because they don't fit in the shelf. Here's my Vita collection with my original OLED Vita up there. Man, it's crazy how much Vitas are going for nowadays. Really sought after now. Here's my PSP collection. Always love it when I find some PSP games that I don't have that I want in the collection, or maybe the UMDs, because I still think that was fun that they did that. All right, over to the Nintendo side. Here's the NES, a couple Famicom games up here. That's Kid Dracula and the original Mario Brothers. Some of those Game & Watches, yeah, there's two Mario ones. One's open, one isn't. I know, I got a problem. But I got a second one because my kid was really interested in messing with it, so if he wants to play it, I just let him have one to play with. And a couple boxed Famicom up there, the sport games. And then down here are my boxed NES games. Actually, that Back to the Future Part 2 and 3 in the box was pretty difficult to find. I got some of the heavy hitters. A lot of games that I remember from when I was a kid. I don't really collect everything for these systems, guys, just so you know. It's more or less games that are important to me or that I remember. I got all the Turtle games, though, in the box, which I was really happy about, including a little cleaning kit there. So these are custom cases that I did for a lot of my loose Super Nintendo games. The problem is these little cases, these clamshell cases, can cost quite a bit. So I'll pull out a good one here. So here's my Chrono Trigger. So I thought they were really cool, really nice way to display them on the shelf. I got a lot of other loose ones that you saw over there. Here's a couple other really hard to get ones. Earthbound, Demon's Crest. Here's all the Final Fantasies. Home Improvement. It's a rare one, actually. Not very good. It's okay. Simpsons. Love my Simpsons stuff. I'm sure you've seen a lot of Simpsons games on here. And then we move on to the actual boxed Super Nintendo games. There's the Lufias. Those are going up in value quite a bit. Fun, especially Lufia 2. Really good game. Super Mario RPG, a lot of nostalgia with that one. And then these are my manuals that I have that for random games, got All Stars and stuff like that. Super Game Boys, including the Japanese second one. And these are Famicom disc games. Let's see if I can show them to you here. We got Castlevania, Legend of Zelda, and Super Mario Brothers 2, which is the Lost Levels to us. Down here I have my Luigi's Mansion. That was a Club Nintendo reward. It was a really cool one, love that. A couple mini 8-bit kind of figurines, including the original Super Mario Brothers Game & Watch. Down here in the corner, if you can see it, that's Windy Every Which Way. It took me a long time to find a copy of that. Really happy to have that Game Boy Color game in my collection. Got a repro of Grandia Parallel Trippers. We never got that here, but this one's fully English translated and everything, and I have the original game too. So this is all my Game Boy Color and Game Boy Advance boxed games. A couple I'm missing that I really like to have, like the original Fire Emblem, would like to have that in the box, and Golden Sun 2, something I'd really like to have as well. Metroid Fusion. After Metroid Dread came out, these Metroid games have shot up in price, guys. Crazy. Now down here we have my Switch games. You'll see some that I have started to put in new spines for. This is a guy on Etsy who prints these out for me. You guys can get them too. If you're curious about that, I can try to remember to put a link in the description so you guys can see if that's worthwhile. I ordered a bunch more. I just only ordered one set because I wanted to see how they looked. And yes, I love them. So I will be ordering a bunch more of these spines because the white lettering on the red background, I don't know, it's boring. So I've got these and I love the way those spines look. So I'll be buying a lot more. Switch collection is just continuing to grow, guys. I don't know about you, I have a problem. I'm always buying and pre-ordering Switch games. You can probably tell how many of these are still sealed, which is a ton of them. But I do plan on going back and playing these. I buy these with every intent of playing them. And these are the steel books that I have. Let's see here. Let's go through these. Mind you guys, I'm on the floor here. We got Three Houses, Metroid Dread. This is Shantae and the Severed Sirens. This is Persona 5 Strikers. And Xenoblade Chronicles 2. All right, I better finish this up. My arm's getting tired. We got N64 manuals over there for my loose games and then my boxed N64 games. Here is the GameCube collection. Including the Game Boy Player startup disc in the little box, which is nice. Wii U, probably one of my smaller collections. There are a few titles I still want to get for the system, but we'll see. And then here's the Wii. And next to it is my boxed Super Famicom games. We'll start out on the bottom down here. 3DS games. Including up there the Pokemon typing adventure game, which is pretty fun. It's pretty cool. It's a PAL release. And up above that is my 3DS collection. Including all those Atlas outer boxed games with little soundtracks. And up top is Ash, that's a Japanese import. And then we've got 360. I honestly don't think there are any more 360 games I'm really looking for. Actually, I really don't have the first Gears of War. That would be really cheap to find. But I have most of them. There's a few more. There's a little Tiger handheld for Street Fighter. And my original Xbox. And then up here, we have the Dreamcast. I'll get a little closer so you can see those. Not a ton, but most of my favorites that I was looking for, I do have. So happy about that. Here's some Saturn import games, including the Dragon Forces and Grandia. Back there's a couple of my Neo Geo Pocket games, so I'll pull those out. This one's Neo Turf Masters, and this one is Fatal Fury F Contact. Slide those back in there. And then here's the boxed Neo Geo Pocket games. Engage collection. I find those, I'll pick them up if they're really cheap, and most of them are. Wonder Swan. And then there's my Wonder Swan and my Neo Geo Pocket Color. Here's my meager Xbox One collection. Mostly exclusives. A couple games that kind of have for every system, like Bioshock and Divinity and Stardew Valley. Little Contra mini arcade. And here's some loose Genesis games because I've filled up my little tape holder. So I got Sonic and Knuckles back there, Haunting Star and Poltergeist. And then here's a couple heavy hitters in here, including Turtles, Hyperstone Heist, Streets of Rage 3, Castlevania Bloodlines. And then here's the box or clamshell box, whatever, complete in the box. Genesis titles. There's all the Phantasy Stars, love that, great series. Shining Force, great tactical RPG. And then up here, Sega Master System. Phantasy Star, what a great game. Miracle Warrior is pretty good too. Ghostbusters game is not very good. And this is my small TurboGrafx collection. This is a reproduction Magical Chase, guys, just so you know. I can't afford original one, thousands of dollars. So I am definitely not going to worry about that. And this is a Pac-Man Anniversary Tamagotchi. And here's some boxed Game Gear stuff. And then up top, boxed Game Boy. Those are some Game Boy cases that came in a box. The release I really didn't know about, but it was a Nintendo release and they're just colored official Nintendo game cases. Let me angle this so we don't get too much glare. Couple Pokemons, yeah, I don't have blue. I waited too long to buy that in a box. Now it's hundreds of dollars. Maybe one day. There's a Super Game Boy in the box. And here's some loose Game Boy games in cassette cases. And a little Mario figurine. And over here, next to it, we got some Funkos for Back to the Future. A couple Game Boy items, including F1 Race, Light Boy, cleaning kits, the printer and the camera, the rechargeable battery pack, and the Game Genie. And then this is like loose soundtrack CDs, demo discs, stuff like that. I find those for cheap, or if I find, yeah, and I'll grab them. And a lot of these are from special editions, these soundtracks. There's just so many. But I listened to quite a few of them. And then here are some DVDs for video game related stuff. A couple loose art books, and random tarot cards and crap you get from pre-order bonuses. And some more Blu-rays / DVDs, some Game Chasers, Happy Console Gamer, stuff like that. We're almost done, gents. So in the storage closet, we got a little Persona 4 mini poster. There we go. I got my Samsung TV, my PlayStation TV, and up here is just storage for just stuff I really don't have room for, or they are like boxes for consoles or figurines, all that. And then I got a couple maps up here. There's Stardew Valley. Movie ticket stub holder. I have a ton of those. A lot more maps. That's Avatar, I believe. Last Airbender. And in here I've got just some random stuff in there. Cases, controllers. And here we have loose Atari. And here is Xbox stuff. Connect in there. This is Switch items. And this is all my loose Game Boy, including some manuals and more Game Boy. Going for that complete collection. No hurry though. And then we've got PlayStation controllers and multi-taps and all that business. This is Sega stuff. And down here is Nintendo stuff. This little retro bit is N64 controller. This is the only one I'll use now. The original N64 controller has some stuff to be desired. I got some old TVs kind of back here, monitor. And this is just storage of random video game stuff. Extra consoles, cases, all that biz. This is SMT5 bag that came from Special Edition, and this is the Sojin Academy bag that came from the original Persona 5 Special Edition. These have loose Game Boy cases and Game Gear. There's a Switch in there. I got some little Earthbound keychains that I got from some Japanese store I found in one of those little gacha machines. Little Mario Maker snow globe. N64 labels. This is a little trade box, so when I fill it up and stuff, or if I plan on going to a game store, I might take that in. Loose boxes that I'm finding games for. We got a Switch dock back there. And here is a Game Gear and some Super Nintendo dust covers. Game Boy Advance stuff, e-reader stuff, Game Boy Advance manuals. I have the manual for this, great, because I don't have the game. One of the games I'm looking for. Game Boy Color and manuals. Got some good ones in there. The Pokemon, especially Pokemon Crystal. That one's worth quite a bit nowadays. And then down here are a bunch of system cords. They're all zip tied or Velcro tied together, so when I find the right one, I have all the cords. And extra cases, systems. There's Wii's, PS2 Fat in there. And that's pretty much some Lego sets I plan on building. Some Project DS lights. They're both broken. Whenever I feel like taking them apart and maybe making one, working one, that would be awesome. A little Triforce. There's the power base converter for Master System on Sega Genesis. Some more maps. You got Warcraft. There's my Octopath Traveler thing I put together. And we've got Final Fantasy VII World Map. And that's it, guys. That's the game room. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed going through my game room. Nice 45-minute tour. And thanks for watching.